Liquid-cooled motorcycles are nothing new. Scott were producing them 110 years ago. But the original Bonneville was air-cooled, and it's become known as an air-cooled motorcycle. Now, when Triumph introduced the new water-cooled T120 and its brothers and sisters, both themselves and the motorcycle press went to great lengths to explain that the Triumph Radiator had undergone some sort of special treatment to make it, to all intents and purposes, invisible to the eye. But in reality, the radiator on the new Bonnevilles is about as inconspicuous as a clown at a funeral. It reminds me of that story or fable that we all used to be told when we were kids about the Emperor's new clothes, but in reverse. And it amazes me that people still cling to this notion that the radiator on the T120 is invisible. In actual fact, Triumph didn't do anything special to this radiator at all. It's just a common old garden, black painted motorcycle radiator bolted onto the front of the bike, just like on any other bike. Like it or not, the Bonneville is a liquid cooled bike, so it does have a radiator, and in my mind it's a particularly ugly one. Now, the way that Triumph have vertically mounted this radiator means that it is low slung, so it's particularly vulnerable to damage even with the factory front fender fitted. And the factory guard is only a thin mesh, so it's not going to stop anything much larger than your average stone chip. And it doesn't offer any protection to the main body of the radiator. So to my mind, a full radiator cover was the way to go. Now, there may be others available, but at the time that I was researching this, there were only two manufacturers producing such a cover. One manufacturer made a silver one and the other one made a silver and black one. And my initial instinct was to go for the silver black one because it would be less conspicuous. Now, I like to do a bit of research when it comes to most things to do with my bike. And the function of an accessory like this is not just to look good, but to give optimum performance as well. And that's where the black and silver one started to stumble. For a start, it was a two-piece accessory in that it was basically a cover frame with a mesh insert. So protection-wise, it wasn't a significant step up from the original factory one, or so I thought. On reading the specifications further, I then realised that it was made from aluminium. Now, aluminium is soft and stretchy, so it's not ideal in an application like this. And bearing in mind that it was made from aluminium, to my mind, the mesh didn't have enough attachment points to the frame. So it was conceivably, as a protection item, a downgrade from the Triumph one. But it still did look very nice. But unfortunately, the black colouring is just powder coating. Now, powder coating and aluminium are not the most durable bedfellows, and a quick scan through the internet on similar products made by this company confirmed my suspicions that fairly quickly after a few stone chip hits, this finish starts to chip off. So before you know where you are, this radiator cover is going to start looking like a Rand McNally map of the moon. So that really only left me with one choice, and that's the R&G Adventure Guard. Now, R&G have been making this sort of thing for a very long time, and they know that the best material to use in an application like this is stainless steel. Now, they obviously decided not to go down the road of the pseudo-captured Klingon cloaking device technology by not painting it black, so it's a brushed stainless steel finish, and I rather like it. Now, this guard is constructed from all one piece of sheet high quality stainless steel. And when I say high grade, I mean high grade. A quick magnet test reveals that this is a high nickel, low iron content grade of stainless steel. Now, that's the kind of thing that you would see in marine applications or medical use. So it's nice to see that R&G have picked out the very best materials for making this guard. The grille is laser cut, and the whole guard has been formed and shaped to be a perfect fit to your radiator. And I would argue that this is without a doubt the strongest and most durable way to make an accessory like this. As with other R&G accessories, it comes with very comprehensive instructions, and you also get several lengths of high density self-adhesive foam, and this is to protect your radiator from scratching when this guard is fitted. Now, fitting this foam is quite straightforward. First of all, you take your two longer lengths, you peel off the adhesive backing and you firmly affix it to the inside edge on both sides of the inside of the guard. Make sure that all your surfaces are clean when you do this, because you don't want any of this stuff peeling off or peeling back whilst you're sliding it onto your radiator. When that's done, just use a sharp craft knife or hobby knife to trim and neaten off any edges that are poking out at either end of the cover. When that's done, move on to your two shorter lengths. Now these should be cut along the centre so that each one is divided up into two 1 centimetre wide strips or thereabouts, and these should be attached in a way to the top and the bottom of the frame to stop the frame coming in direct contact with your radiator. Now the first of these two strips should be attached top and bottom just shy of the actual grille itself, on the area that's going to contact with the inside edge of your radiator. This guard is going to be subjected to a lot of vibration, so you need to make sure that it's completely isolated from the radiator that it's attached to. Now it doesn't say this in the instructions, but I identified that the best way then is to take the two remaining pieces and again cut them in half and place them at either side of the screw holes, top and bottom. This gives you a maximum surface area, ensuring that no part of this radiator cover is actually going to come in contact with your radiator. Now that basically is the hard part done. It's now time to fit it, and it's dead easy. Now, holding your radiator guard with the R&G logo at the bottom, offer it up to your radiator at the bottom of the radiator, carefully align it so that you don't scratch anything, and then simply slide it upwards over your radiator. It is a very precise and a tight interference fit, and those adhesive foam pieces will grip your radiator quite firmly. Just carefully slide it up until the screw holes at the top and the bottom are lined up. Then it's just a matter of replacing the factory screws to hold it in place. And that's absolutely all there is to it. Now these screws do go into a plastic plug, a little bit like a roll plug, so don't over tighten them because they will pull through. Now when it comes to shopping for a piece of equipment like this, it's easy to be seduced just on the way that the item looks, only to find that when it comes to the crunch, it's no more use than your proverbial chocolate fire guard. The way that this radiator guard is designed, built, and the quality of the material that it's been constructed from, along with that little adventure tag underneath the R&G logo, are enough to tell me that this was designed to be used for travel, proper travel, and that it'll withstand just about anything that's going to get thrown at it, rather than something that's just designed to look nice for that 2-mile trip to your local Costa on a Sunday afternoon. But having said that, to me, this does look good. The brushed stainless steel keys in perfectly with the brushed engine casings, and I do have plans for more brushed parts in the future. It gives the bike a rugged industrial look, which is just the kind of look that I'm trying to achieve with this bike. And although I did have some confusion in the initial stages of which guard to get, I'm now very happy that I chose this one. I will leave a link for this radiator guard in the video description down below. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it useful and interesting. Please leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and of course I'll see you next week.